Hi everyone, Alexey Tolkachov, Crypto Hubber team here, where we're looking for the most interesting projects for investments. Today we're in one of the biggest data centers in Moscow. It's in top 5 biggest data centers. Today we are going to meet the PLAYKEY team, which is about to launch its ICO. Let's go meet them and talk with them. As usually, I have prepared a lot of questions to the team. And so let's go to the point. Hello. Look how everything is qualitatively done here. They even got a special shoe covers apparatus. It's the first time I've seen such device. Okay, let's go. Hello, Alexey. Hi. I'm impressed with your security system and how everything is clean here, even in the hallway. This tells a lot. Your shoe covers. Yes, I love the shoe covers. Yeah, of course, we need to keep the center clean. Alexey, please tell us where we are and what's going on here. Well, we are in data center where we host our servers. We've got several racks with servers here. We've got a very good partner. We can go right now and I'll show you everything if you're interested. Of course. Very interesting, not a single speck of dust. There are 7 modules in data center. We're now in module number 2. It's very noisy in there. It will be very difficult to speak. You should raise your voice, but you'll really feel how servers work. It is noisy in there and sometimes either cold or hot. This is a feature too. Let's go. There are 50 racks here, 7 of which belong to us. They are in this row. Interesting curtains here. This is a cold hall where the temperature is about 20 degrees Celsius. And if we go further, how many currently playing gamers using these capacities do you have now? There are 70 servers here. It's about 800 users online. At this moment? Well, I can't say exactly, but the servers are loaded at 80–90%. Can we go there? Yes, let's go. It is a hot hole. You can feel the heat going out. Feels like a very hot hair dryer. It's uncomfortable to stay here and work for a long time, so there are special rooms, I'll show you them later, where you can stay and work. You can go to the cold hall to feel the difference. It's like Tashkent in summertime and winter in Moscow. It's already a cold hall here. Yeah, feels different. Cooling in the data center is the most important thing. Otherwise, the servers wouldn't work because of the overheating and they would just turn off. So all data centers pay special attention to cooling and we do that too. And highly loaded servers that we have need additional cooling. Okay, fine. We finally moved to a quiet place, and today we're speaking with 2 founders of PLAYKEY. The third one, Igor, is in China now. Alexey came here on purpose from Perm. Vadim has just came from Portugal. Vadim, by the way, tell us, what did you do in Portugal? In Portugal, I was on DICE Europe exhibition. It's one of the, not an exhibition, a conference. One of the largest game developers and publishers conference where all professionals come together and discuss what new they brought and what they are going to bring. And there I was talking about our upcoming ICO, about what we're going to do and what the PLAYKEY is. How many people was there? This exhibition is not big, only the very best professionals come there, about 100 people. Not everybody know the PLAYKEY company and what they do. They provide gamers. According to the statistics, there are 2.2 billion users. So, in fact, PLAYKEY provides them with computing power and allows to play demanding cool games on simple computers. They maintain this video stream and etc. And they do that on high speed. And they are one of the biggest in this sphere. Could you tell us on what stage you are now? I read a lot about you. You have already been on the market for a long time. Well, of course, relatively long. You've been for 4 years on this market. What have you started with? We started with distributing games, and at some point we all realized that this is not enough for the customer, just selling him games. We need to provide some service so that the client is interested. So the idea of this kind of service was born. We saw such services in the USA and decided to do the same. We were going to it for a long time and we were developing it for a long time. Now we have very good results. We have about 10,000 sessions a day, about 60,000 paying customers a month. 60,000 paying customers. What's your average check? About $10. What's your monthly turnover now? Let's multiply 10 by 60,000. So, and how much is it? 60 million, right? 600,000. Yeah, 600,000. Now, just to cheer you up and check. Okay, good. What I have read on the website about how you're going to launch ICO, I noticed the following. There are gamers with computers. They are slow. For example, I stopped playing computer games at the age of 16 when I started to do first steps in business. And moreover, my computer was slow at that time. And the user's problem is that the games do not run. From what I saw, what your company is doing is that your company has data centers, these boxes, for example. And the thing is that you give the users with slow computers the opportunity to connect to these data centers and download games and play them. Not simply download, we don't give them the opportunity to download to their computer. We give the opportunity to play. All the stuff with downloading and running we do inside these boxes on our side. The user has only the video stream. It's like watching a film. In fact, everything was consistent. We used to store files on local hard drives, now we store them in the cloud. We used to download video to our computers to watch it, now we go to YouTube and watch it online there. Now it's the video game's turn. We used to download games or buy CDs, now you can play them in the cloud. Our service is a new stage of development. Okay, I understand. Well, in fact, I was impressed. Today, before the meeting, I went to your website and thought, why not to try? The guys have some product which they are talking about. I went, registered and started to play Mafia, if I remember correctly. And I was knocked out for about 40 minutes till my wife came over, took me out of all that and told me that I have to go to the meeting. This is really cool because on Mac, I haven't seen normal games which it would be able to run. When I was on DICE conference yesterday, the conference took place in the hotel and there was a public Wi-Fi in this hotel at a speed of 20 megabits per second. It is shared between all the hotel visitors and all the conference participants. With this Wi-Fi, I played Doom on MacBook Pro with integrated video card. I was playing and showing how cool everything works, just chicly. Wow, what do we have here? This is a room with cylinders with liquid for fire extinguishing, and I really hope that they will never be needed in real life. But again, safety first. God forbid something there will be on fire, the gas, which is a liquid now, comes out to the place which is on fire and the fire is extinguished. It's safe for humans and the equipment won't be damaged. We can see that there are 12 cylinders for all 800 racks of data center. Well, I also got 2 powder fire extinguishers at home, but I can see that you've got more serious preparations here. Very cool. Okay, now this is your work in business that gives you profit, money. You're launching ICO and in addition releasing your own tokens. Here I have rubles, but soon there will be tokens. How will they participate in all this interconnection? And why regular investors should buy these tokens? Look, we are releasing to attract investments. Why do we need them? You showed everything correctly. Now we got 2 boxes. What do we want to do? More precisely, we've got a problem in the company. We are unable to scale fast. We need to buy servers. That is investment to install them in countries all over the world. And it's more difficult to grow fast. The cryptocurrency and token release gives us the opportunity to scale fast. What do? We give our customers, our partners, our participants the opportunity to provide their power in their region and, in fact, become a participant of our business. We are launching this project, so we are launching ICO to develop this project. So, in fact, you are attracting funds, selling tokens, and those funds will go for developing regions. Yes, we're updating the technology in a way. For example, if you had not a Mac but a good Windows PC and I had a MacBook, then we want to make it possible for me to virtually rent your PC and let you earn while I'm playing. So the point is that there are two laptops, two computers, one of them is slow and the other is fast, and we play on a fast computer from the slow one. Okay, let's imagine a situation. I was born in Ufa, it's near Perm, and I've got a Windows PC, I own it, and your company attracted money, and does it turn out that you come over to me and ask me to lease it? Generally, we're building exchanges. You are the miner and the customer is a consumer, and you meet each other on exchange. Of course, at first we are going to provide our own servers, but this is not the main goal. The main goal is to attract as much miners as possible to grow and to scale the business. In this condition, the token price will be growing. And look, you install software on your computer, you enter some kind of address where you're going to mine PLAYKEY token. And that's it, you don't need to do anything else. Then Vadim can go to exchange and say that he wants to play on Alexei's computer because he has a good price, good computer, good internet. And the ping between Perm and Ufa is much smaller than between Perm and Moscow. He chooses you and that's it. The game process starts. After the game finishes, you get tokens and Vadim spends his. It's like Uber. Uber is not a classic taxi service. There are people with a car who want to earn money, and there are people who want to use this car to go somewhere. They meet each other in Uber like on exchange, which helps the first side to earn money and the other side to go wherever they need by car. Okay, I understand. In fact, there is an extra opportunity for those who pursue mining of cryptocurrencies. And for example, now we're buying video cards for mining Ether, Dead Cash, etc. And what opportunities will be opened for those miners who organize farms? Is it more profitable to mine your cryptocurrency? It's much more profitable. According to our current estimates, it's approximately from 7 to 10 times more profitable. But there is market volatility now, so it's difficult to compare. But what is important here? If nobody is playing on yours, you are allowed to mine regular crypts. So conditionally, with PLAYKEY it will be higher, the profit will be higher. Again, a regular mining is a transaction confirmation, which is the basis of all the cryptocurrencies, but a PLAYKEY mining is an additional service. I mean, there is some essence and value in this because you provide other person with computer so that he would get a service. And the service is not cheap, playing the games. But at the same time, if nobody is playing and nobody is using the power of my computer, I'm not earning anything as a miner, right? As a PLAYKEY miner, no. But as a regular miner, yes, everything goes usual way. So I need to switch to another cryptocurrency. You can manually switch. It's always up to you when to lease your computer. If you need it now to work, then of course you just don't lease it. If you don't need it, then you lease it. Is it possible to automate this? Yes, of course it will be automated. Okay, understood. And in this case, if we provide some capacity, then the tokens itself are not security. right? Yes, it is so-called product token. In fact, now we are selling tokens which are futures for the upcoming gaming hours. We are already selling the service now, but ICO is a way of attracting and crowdfunding for the future product. We are similar to Kickstarter, but there is no cryptocurrency there. And in our case, cryptocurrency and blockchain technology gives additional value to the product. We can connect clients and servers. They don't know each other, they do not trust each other, but there is a technology that will allow to do all these transactions safely. Alexei, please tell us about the security of the data center. Does it look the same way as in Mission Impossible film or something even more powerful? Well, this is comparable. To let you get here, we made you a pass in advance, checked your passport to match faces, and gave you the pass. With this pass, you can get access only to one model. Another kind of security system is this kind of cages. No one can get in there. For example, according to bank security standards, you need to build an extra cage inside the data center. And you can get there only by modern fingerprint technology. They won't let me in, unfortunately. You're not allowed either. There are more complicated standards when they ask for 2 fingerprints. They say that there is a retina scanner like in Mission Impossible. They also say there is some technology when they check your veins. But I haven't seen it. The best one I saw in Russia was when 2 people standing far from each other have to put their fingers for fingerprints. This is the best security standard. We made a company, the foundation, which is non-commercial, but the goal of this company is to popularize our service. It will give tokens to motivate miners to create their own data centers in some local regions. It is clear that it's very difficult to create a data center from scratch. You keep asking yourself whether there will be demand. This company will help and will do the promotion. You've got a very cool and working business, and there is an opportunity to grow by launching ICO, but I don't see anybody in your team with a very good blockchain experience. So, and who is involved in this development? We are developing this on our own now. Blockchain is a distributed database technology. Here you need to know the basics of databases and some nuances. The technology is very new and there are not so many specialists, especially in Perm where there are none of them. I plunge into this and tell the guys, let's study this, so we are doing some tasks and plunging in. We already have one advisor, we haven't announced him yet. I have already announced, actually. Actually, we already have 3 advisors who are on improvement of the industry. This is Ruben Godfrey, Arseniy Strizenek, and Petr Zhalov. These are 3 advisors who are now deep into the blockchain. In this list, one specialist is missing. He's engaged in safety. We have started to develop the security because it's also a very important moment. During some ICOs, there were stories with stealing tokens, changing wallets. We started to pay attention to that too. We've got a guy. The guys announced today and placed, but we've just started to work with them, so maybe we have 50 days left until the start of ICO. By the time the ICO starts and when we start the product development, we'll have a good team formed to develop this product qualitatively. Guys, please tell me. There was a company called OnLive, and as far as I know, it was bigger than yours, and they had very ambitious plans, but due to some reasons, they quit in 2015. They quit even earlier. In 2015, they quit the second time. In fact, the problem has been the same every time. By the time they started, the hardware market wasn't ready for that. When they launched for the first time, they attracted the money, bought servers, lots of servers, and ran one game on each server. You buy 100 servers and 100 people are playing on those 100 servers. Whatever you do, you won't have more. They hadn't solved the technical problem by their second launch, and this ruined them. Their unit economy didn't converge, they had huge expenses on hardware, and they received little money. Since that time, lots of things changed, and in fact, OnLife's second launch could have been successful if they had changed the technology. But they didn't change it, and unfortunately it happened so. This is a sad story, of course. When we started to move in this direction, we realized that we need to have more people on one machine, and this helped us to fix our economy. Okay, I understand. From the technological point of view, one user used one video card. Now there have been video cards released, and there could be up to 4 or 8 users on each. Such hardware didn't exist at that time. It appeared 2 or 3 years ago. This allowed us to pay off and create a profitable business. Could you tell me if any big investor is already participating in your campaign? We have just started to make a pre-order for ICO, and we do not disclose the names yet. It's already not a zero. Impressive amount is coming, but yet we are not disclosing. We'll do that later. Could you please tell me, as far as I know, you work together with Skolkovo and your residents. How much does the Skolkovo team helps you now in all this? Well, firstly, the Skolkovo team is contacts, and they help to contact with exhibitions and conferences, help us to take part in them, organize something. They help in this kind of way. Generally, for Skolkovo, it's important to have projects which go from Russia to foreign markets. We are in there, we are one of Skolkovo projects. I read on your website that you're not just a new startup, but you have a business that brings money. And secondly, I saw that you have already attracted $2.8 million of investments. Yes, approximately $2.8 million. We announced this several months ago. There are investments from one of the venture funds that trusts us, and it believes in our strengths and capabilities. Look, electricity is also an important thing in data center. In fact, data center sells electricity to its partners. But despite the fact that there is a backup power in data center in case someone will cut one cable, the second will remain and everything will keep working. But if it happens that 2 excavators will break the cables in 2 different places, we have UPS for such situations. For example, if you have a battery like this in your car, a small 12 volts one, then here there are about 500 of them. This is enough to let the whole data center work from 15 to 30 minutes depending on the load. Very cool. Yes, and even if the batteries wouldn't be enough, we'll have a diesel generator. 15 minutes is enough to start the diesel generator and power all the servers. The probability that all 4 factors will work is very small. That's why the data centers are certified by standards, and this data center has high standards. Very cool. So, in fact, it's your safety and security. This is a reliability of our service. And another good question, why do you think that there will be a demand for the tokens you are releasing, and why are they going to grow? Well, first, this is gaming, and the gaming market is growing, and it is growing at a fantastic pace. This is one of the fastest growing markets. The people will play. Secondly, we are going to release a limited quantity of tokens, and when we get the desired number of playing people in the service, tokens will start to grow. Because of the fact that we don't release enough tokens, their price will start to grow. So for the customer, for example, now you can buy 1 game hour for 1 token. Later you'll be buying 1 hour for 0.001 token. Because the number of tokens is limited, we don't release enough. Token grows. 1 game an hour has the same $2 price or something. How much are you going to attract during the ICO? We're going to release 100 million tokens. and one token is 0.009 Ether. What's the total sum? About $150 million. And what if you won't raise this? If we won't, then we'll probably launch the second ICO, or we'll just destroy unsold tokens. As far as I know, according to statistics, only several companies, which you can count with fingers of one hand, attracted 150 million. So, how confident are you that your team will be able to attract this sum? Well, first, we believe in ourselves. We know what we are made of, where we are, and what we have achieved. In fact, if you compare our project with the projects of competitors around the world, you'll see that we are already several steps ahead. We perfectly know the behavior of the audience. We know what to do with our service so that it would be used more. We know how to attract people. We know what people want to play. We already know all this, and we have already went through all this. We are really several steps ahead of our competitors. Understanding that the gaming market is growing, as I have already told you, it's one of the fastest growing markets, we believe in that. We understand that people and players will want to support us. Please tell us about the ICO dates and if there is an opportunity to enter on some early stages. The ICO starts on November the 1st, finishes on November the 13th, or if we get the whole sum before. At the very moment, the ICO pre-order is in progress till October the 23rd, and there are special offers and special prices. You can look at them. Fine. Okay, thank you for your time. Vadim came right from the plane, Alexei from the conference. I was very pleased to talk with you. In any case, wish you success. We really believe in your team, and good luck. Thank you. For myself, I single out a number of advantages for investments. First, this is already a working business. The team has existed for more than 4 years. They've got a huge background. There is a working product, and there is a huge market that develops at a fantastic pace from year to year. Because as you already know, even esports championships are held, and it becomes more and more popular. The second, what I saw is that there is already a completed product. There are investors that have already entered on early stages, and there was a huge interest, and this is when we communicated with them behind the scene, a huge interest from institutional investors to enter the sphere. What disadvantages I noted for myself? First is that there is no blockchain developers team, and in fact they are now worth their weight in gold. But during our conversation, Vadim told that they are solving this issue. The second is that to attract miners who will mine this cryptocurrency, well, this won't be easy because miners won't be able to switch immediately their regular facilities that now work for Ether, Cash, and etc. to PLAYKEY cryptocurrency. For PLAYKEY, they need completely different equipment, more technologically prepared, which you have to order additionally. If the PLAYKEY team will manage to help miners to solve this problem, maybe by means of some prepared deliveries or by means of something else, then in this case this disadvantage will disappear. Well, I think that's it. All the conclusions I have made. We had a very fruitful time, and we, with our investors team, decided to take part in this ICO. Your task is to decide on your own, to decide according to the information that you have just got. In any case, I want to warn you that investing in ICO is a very risky business, and no matter how you prepare for them, those risks can happen. So make a decision responsibly, and if this team